Welcome, everybody, and happy Friday. Beautiful day down in downtown Grass Valley for December 16th. I guess this is what you'd expect. Looks somewhat glowing outside, so maybe it stopped. It was a little weird when I drove in, but we're warm and toasty inside Maria's. My guest, Melissa Missler, not Maria. We're at Maria's. Get it straight. And Sharee Daley. Sharee is one of the M3 Mall Queens, People's Choice, Queen for Cornish Christmas. And we're going to meet Sharee in just a minute. But first, the organizer of all this stuff, my good friend Melissa Missler. Merry Christmas, honey.
Merry Christmas to you, and I just appreciate so much, Don, that you continue to give us opportunities. And for Friday, what's going on Friday? Is that right? Yep. Okay. Well, some of the things that are going on tonight is Cornish Christmas, and as you mentioned, outside looks so beautiful. The weather reports were pretty scary and gloomy, so I think it's going to be really a great night. So for Cornish Christmas tonight, it's from 6 to 9 p.m., and they'll have vendors and entertainers. I mean, there's just so much going on. But what the M3 Queens are doing is right now they have already started ringing bells for Salvation Army downtown and at Safeway. So they'll be there till 6 tonight. Then from 6 to 8, they'll be ringing bells right outside of M3 Mall, which is now in downtown Grass Valley at 133 Neal Street. Now, inside M3 Mall, we have the Nevada County Toy Run coming to sell T-shirts tonight. Yeah, that's pretty cool. What happened is the weather really hurt their event, and then there were some false reports on Facebook saying that the event was canceled. So they did not sell their shirts or pins because their attendance was so far down. So they are coming to our shop tonight. Yeah, and well, I'm privileged to have them. So they're going to have their shirts for sale inside M3 Mall. So the bell ringers will be right outside the door. The Toy Run shirts and pins will be inside. Then also inside, our M3 Queens will be doing free gift wrapping. So you can bring a present that you bought from anywhere, and the Queens will wrap that for free. Then our King and Queens will be out by our front door with a great backdrop that is a Cornish Christmas a Scottish castle, and you can get free photos with them. So that's some of what we've got going on there. Then we have been for 7 years working with the Downtown Association with their Santa's Workshop, and they're doing things a little bit different this year, but where we have had Santa in the past is at 3 Lilies Photography, which is right across kind of from the Del Oro right there on Mill Street. And so what they're doing this year is it's still $10 for the professional photo, which is a 5x7 portrait with Santa, but the proceeds are going to IAFF, which is a Fill the Boot campaign. And I'm like, what is that? Fill the boot. I'm figuring it's firefighters, so I asked a little bit further, and it is. The money, the proceeds from the pictures are going to the children who are burn victims. So that's something really neat, and they have that every Friday night and Saturday if your kids want photos with Santa. So that's one of the offerings down at Cornish Christmas, and just a ton of different entertainers. And I've got to put a shout-out also to Bree, who was our photographer this year at the pageant. Her daughter's been a princess. She's baking pies for Cornish Christmas, so you need to go see her tonight. 6 to 9 p.m., it's rain or shine.
So just a little recap back to the pageant, the Cornish Christmas pageant that I had the privilege of being a judge for. That was just a few weeks ago. And Sharee is one of the contestants and one of the winners. And just give everybody who's not heard of that a quick thumbnail of it.
Okay. With the pageant systems, what we're doing is looking for something that's called positive pageantry. How can these men and women wear the crown, have the title, and go out and make a difference in the community? So they do have required appearances where they have to go out and volunteer. And if they can't find their own volunteer opportunities, well, I can find them for them. Yeah, so we have lots. From going to see Sue Hudson at Hilltop with her seniors that live there. We go and visit them on Easter and Mother's Day. We just do a lot of really neat things in the community. And the previous director of Cornish Christmas had asked us if we could have a specific Cornish Christmas pageant so we could have queens serving for Cornish Christmas. And our first year doing this, we had 83 appearances the month of December for the Grass Valley Downtown Association by itself. That doesn't count anything else. But our first year as an organization, we had 1,000 appearances out in the community just doing fun things. Now, our pageant system is guys and gals, ages 3 to 103. So our 80-something-year-old ladies, they have a title that's called Elite, where the over 60 is Classic, the over 40 is Diamond, so all the way down to our little mini-miss. So we have 2 3-year-olds this year that are just delightful. So it's just a really neat group that's going out and making a difference in the community, and every single one of them had to choose a platform. Some knew immediately what they wanted to do, and others really needed to do some soul-searching. So it's been an interesting process.
You know, 2.5 to 3-year-olds, they're really cute, but they're really tough to interview. I have to tell you that, Yeah. What are your goals, honey? They kind of look at you like you're from Mars or whatever, but, and I'm just kidding. They were so cute.
Each, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the longest 3 minutes of my life. Anyway, so we're going to meet Sharee Daley. Sharee was involved in this most recent pageant. Sharee, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
And your lunch was good?
Very delightful.
I know the answer Melissa would give me because she loves the food here. All right, so you're no stranger to pageants. This is your first time with the M3 Mall program, but you've been doing pageants for a few years?
Yes, I've been competing in pageants for the past 4 years. I've been in a number of different systems. I've learned many different things from all the different systems.
And you've got an interesting background because you're a miniature portion of your former self. You lost 150 pounds over the past few years and dealt with some issues.
Yes, actually, the issues that I have dealt with in my life has made me choose the platform that I have now, which is the AFSP, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Dealing with the demons in my life, I have dealt with struggles, and being able to talk to people, sharing my story, making a difference in just one person's life means the world to me.
We're going to take our final commercial break. We're going to talk to Sharee about how her process of losing that weight over such a short period of time and how she can apply that to the platform she's chosen is pretty monumental. And speaking of monumental, just over lunch, we were able to make a connection between Sharee and a new day. So I think that's a real positive outcome for this show right off the bat. So please stay tuned. We're at Maria's. If you haven't had lunch yet, do come down and join us. Great way to warm up the tummy on a cold December day. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned. KNCO News Talk 830. Welcome back, everybody, to our final segment for this What's Going On Friday. Again, we're at Maria's, and great place to have a great lunch and start off your weekend with a little pizzazz. Speaking of pizzazz, that was a great pageant, very, very glitzy, and you do a great job, Melissa.
Well, thank you so much. It's been such an honor to be able to put these pageants on, to meet all of the different individuals, and then I don't have any say in the judging, so I get to sit there and truly just watch, and I'm in such awe of these individuals and what they have to say as far as what their long-term goals are, what they're going to do for the community, and just to hear their heart. It's a pretty special event.
It really is. And Sharee, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're not a native of Grass Valley. You grew up in San Jose, and you said you lived in Florida for a while, and then you moved back to San Jose, and now you're here in Grass Valley. How long have you been here?
I've been living in Grass Valley for about 8 years now. I originally came from San Jose. I wanted to build a house originally, but ended up buying a house instead. And I work 2 full-time jobs. I work at Dollar Tree in Grass Valley next to JCPenney, and I also work at the Taco Shell Station in Penn Valley.
Okay, so you live in Penn Valley, you mentioned?
Yes, I live in Penn Valley.
All right, so as far as your platform goes, I know it's a big portion of what this whole pageant is a system that Melissa's put together is all about. What have you been able to accomplish in the time you've been participating or thinking about doing work with folks in suicide prevention?
I haven't done too much as of right now, but my plans are to volunteer more with the AFSP, go to their walks, and start spreading their word and information about it, especially in a community, a young community, when so many people have problems and no one to really talk to.
Well, I think you'll find a great camaraderie at A New Day. You know, a lot of volunteers and some professionals, and the Bratton family has put together quite an organization, and it's been carried on for a long time, and I think you'll find a lot of success linking up with them as well. So tell us about your weight loss. How did that all come about? 150 pounds is, you were size 16, now you're a size 6?
I was actually originally size 22, and now I'm finally down to a size 6.
And how'd you do it?
A lot of stress, but it all started with my mom. She bought me a magic bullet, and I decided to change my eating habits. I was picking out on everything, eating everything, and I got to a certain point in my weight, and I'm like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I don't feel comfortable with myself. I don't like the way I look. It's time for a change. So with the help from my mom buying the magic bullet, I replaced my morning and my lunch meals with smoothies. I started going hiking more with my dog, and just having a more positive attitude about me losing weight instead of being negative about it.
So you did this on your own with the support of your family. How about getting into any kind of fitness program? Was that part of your program?
I tried going to the gym. I don't like going by myself. Yet I don't like being around people watching me work out. Oh yes, but no, I did everything basically on my own. Working the 2 jobs, staying busy all the time. That was a big help.
So the self-esteem issues you had that caused you to get to that particular weight in size 22 has to have been pretty much reversed, because you got to be pretty proud of yourself.
Yes, I am proud of myself. I do struggle with my issues even to this day. Nobody is perfect. Nobody will be, but as long as you're positive about yourself, positive about your own body, nobody else can say anything about it.
So it takes a lot of courage to participate in a pageant, and you were in the midst of your weight loss as you decided to first get into this pageant kind of thing, and what was that like?
Well, starting in pageants as a plus size, I definitely didn't think I would do that great in, but my first pageant I won, and it just it boosted my self-esteem and my confidence, and it really encouraged me to continue and to see what I can actually do.
Well, I have to admit, watching you at the pageant here a few weeks ago at the Foothill Event Center was a real pleasure, and it's been a pleasure to get to know you that day in the 3 minutes we had to chat. It was a little easier than it was with the 2.5-year-olds, I must admit, for sure. But you were awesome, and so can people meet you tonight at Cornish Christmas?
Yes, I will actually be bell ringing at the downtown Safeway from 4 to 6. And I'll also be at Cornish Christmas at the M3 Mall, 133 Neal Street. We are offering free gift wrapping, pictures with the queens, and I will be there until we finish.
Signing autographs? You have your old picture?
Of course.
You can bring it up on your phone and show people there's not even a close resemblance, I have to say, after seeing that picture of you then and seeing you now, how beautiful you look. That's a pretty amazing transition. You would agree?
Absolutely. I'm so proud of each and every one of our individuals, but to have a story that in 4 years working through pageantry to go from a size 22 to a size 6, that's just extraordinary. And then her passion for her platform and so much to be able to share from her heart here on air. Sharee, thank you very much for all that you're doing for our community.
All right, so tonight, 6 to 9, hopefully the snow will dissipate if it even happens at all. We'll just wish it away. And, next week is fine. On Christmas Eve, it can snow all at once, but, not tonight on Cornish Christmas. And then there's one more next week as well?
So there's 5 weeks of Cornish Christmas this year, just the way that the holidays fall. So this is 4 of the 5. So we'll be at it again next week, 6 to 9, rain or shine.
And how about the gift wrapping? Has that been pretty popular?
Yeah, so just the opportunity just to be able to give a little bit to the community. We used to do the free gift wrapping over at Santa's Workshop, and that's changed a little bit. Now that our own studio's downtown, we're taking advantage of the huge amount of square feet that we have and have several tables set up with the wrapping paper, tape, scissors, bows, labels. It's really a lot of fun.
And if you need any makeup suggestions for the holidays, you're the lady to call as well.
We do have free makeovers every Friday from 6 to 9. So if somebody wanted to come in and try out a new holiday look, we've got it for them.
No reservation necessary, just show up.
Just come on in and we'll help you out.
All right, Melissa, you're amazing. Thank you so much. And Sharee, best of luck to you. And people can meet you at the Dollar Tree and the Pine Tree Center and down at the Taco Bell at the Shell Station. So, or tonight is the best night. See, be all adorned in your crown and sash, wrapping gifts or bell ringing. So thank you all for listening. Have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy the Christmassy weather, and we'll see you on Monday. Take care.